Before we move to the next question from our deputy managing editor, we had a question came in from people watching online, and I think Mrs. Cheeseman, you get the first crack at this, and they're questioning what can you really get done. They question what could you really get done as a first-year representative in such a large legislative body, and both of you. It's an open seat, so both of you would be first-year representatives. So talk about the experience and why you think or why you don't think you'd be able to get things done. We'll start with Mrs. Cheeseman.
Well, I think, first of all, I'm up there to be a voice for the voters of East Lyme and Salem, who get up every day, go to work, send their kids to school, or go to the stores. So I would hope from that point of view, I could actually make a difference as a junior legislator. I realize I'm going to be bottom of the heap as regards committee assignments and that sort of thing. But I also, and maybe this is my somewhat naive belief in the democratic process, believe that good ideas will rise to the top, and that the party there, my party, and should the Republicans be lucky enough to capture a majority in either the House or the Senate, which is by no means impossible, would allow me to work with them to put together the kinds of policies and ideas that are going to benefit our communities in particular and the state in general. I have a couple of ideas. I was thrilled this summer to see that the governor signed one of them into effect, which was to have Connecticut have a right to try law, so terminal patients can use those FDA drugs that are in trials as a last resort if there are no other drugs available for their conditions. And I'm delighted. Now we just need the federal government to make that possible. I would love to see the state of Connecticut do what Texas has done with regard to college affordability. Any high school student in Texas can go to myfuturetx.com, put in their location, their family's income, their proposed major, and where they want to go to school, and they can see how much it's going to cost them both to go to school and how much they will make in 1, 3, 5, 8, and 10 years. How wonderful for the students in Connecticut to have that at their disposal. And it's an independent company, College Measures, that puts that together. We have to help our young people stay here, but we also have to help them understand, if I want to go to college as an anthropology major, how much is it going to cost me? And if I stay in Connecticut, how much am I going to make after 10 years? I think it's those incremental good ideas that I could propose. And as I say, I know I'm not going to get committee chairmanships if we were lucky enough to capture the legislature, but I hope I could bring good ideas and at the end of the day, be a responsible, valued voice for the voters of East Lyme and Salem.
Ms. Hogan, if you could talk about the challenges of being a first-year representative, which you would be if elected.
Well, as Holly said, I doubt very much I'll have a choice of what committee I will go on or anything of that nature. How would I make my voice heard? I be open to listening and working with anyone regardless of party. You're not going to get me rubber stamping anything in order to please one party or another. I will look at each issue and I will work with anyone to get things done. And then some of the ideas that are out there in Connecticut are efficiencies in which to save money, is what we call social innovation planning and bonding between a public and private partnership. Right now we're doing a lot of different pilots that hopefully the legislator will listen to at how much money we're saving in hospital costs, incarceration costs, mental health, by taking the high users, people that use the healthcare system the most, and doing more preventive care with the community health worker is actually driving down costs, which benefits all of Connecticut. Now, these innovations have been going on for 3 or 4 years, but they need to be looked at and said, how do we do things differently? How do we coordinate differently, and how do we coordinate in delivering services to the people? But when I wake up every day, I'll work for East Lyme and Salem, for the people in East Lyme and Salem that I know that struggle to pay bills, that I know that it's very hard to work and not have much to show for it. And I will represent everybody, and I will look at every single way in which to grow this economy, and I will not vote for the sake of voting for party. I have a history of doing what I think is right, and I will do it. And I'm not there to build a long-term career or feel that, well, this will be good for me to be on a committee someday because I did X, Y, and Z for Joe Smo. No, it doesn't work with Hogan. Maybe that's my problem, but I will get the job done.
All right, thank both of you.